Fine is how I used to feel, which was frustrated, insecure, neurotic, and emotional, and I felt fab, fabulous, awesome, beautiful would be much better. I think the advice I give myself today is very different than what I'd give myself 20 years ago or 30 years ago. Today, my advice is just to be, and that's just to be who I am and be okay with it. Years ago, the advice was always, do your best, all the other stuff, and I frustrated myself into stagnation. So today it's just about being, and I think if we can all learn to just be, we'll find we can be happy. The best advice I can give to Konica Minolta employees is knowing that they already made a great choice to be with a great company. I am totally impressed with a company that gives education and offers their employees an opportunity to really develop themselves where you don't usually get it. So I'm pretty impressed with that. But the advice I'd give everybody is to do your best, forget the test. A lot of times we're looking to strive at a level and we might even question what we're doing, thinking we're going to have to pass or fail, and in that case might not do what you need to be doing. Just go with it, go with your gut, do your best, forget the test, and you'll find it'll be a fun process, you'll be more productive, you'll end up achieving even more than you imagined, and you'll be happier. Today I don't have any fears. I can say a lot of people do though. There's only two fears that anybody has and you're born with them. They're two innate fears. The two fears are falling and loud noises. Any other fear that someone has is only because they've developed it themselves. Understand that fears come from ways that we want to protect ourselves. We want to avoid pain and we want to be able to gain pleasure. So if we think something's going to give us pain, we're going to find a way to push away from it. Make sense? So what happens is people will create fears of things that they think are going to be painful. The truth is they're self-imposed. Whether it's fear of heights or fear of succeeding or fear of failure, these are just things they're putting in their own way so that they don't have to do what they really want to do. And it becomes a restriction that actually will get in their way in so many other areas of their lives. But there is no real fear other than falling and loud noises. Any other one is made up. I like to think of fear as what people have heard and grew up with. They heard fear as false evidence appearing real. I like to change it. I actually believe fear is face everything and rise above it. Life happens. There's always going to be situations where we're going to lose people in our family. We're going to find illness. We'll lose jobs. We'll gain new ones. And at any moment in our lives, there are people that can take that information and make it a wall that stops them from anything else and inhibits any kind of happiness. The truth is that in life, everything changes. It's always changing. Either we're growing or we're dying. It's the meaning we give things, and I can say I've been in every one of those situations where I've lost someone I loved, where we've lost jobs because of 9/11, we've lost incomes, we've almost lost our home, and I really believe that when you look at anything, it's really the meaning you give it and the questions you ask yourself. So some great questions you can use is what's good about this? And in any situation, we can always find something good. And I remember there was a time I couldn't find anything good, and I'd say, well, what do I need to do? I need to go to gratitude. So what can you be grateful for? Because it's always easy to find what's not good, but it's more challenging to find what is. So even when my husband lost his contract with PwC, we were in a position where we were $500,000 in debt. Stuff happened after 9/11, and we turned around, and instead of taking it as the worst thing in the world, we said, what's good about this? And we got on our feet, and we said, well, we can start a new career. We can do something different. This is probably a gift, because had he stayed there, he would have been an abyss for him. And it wasn't going where he wanted it to be. So we found what was good and we took action. I think the challenge most people do is something happens and they stop and they die with it. And the idea is not to take it as the end, but the beginning of something new. And when people pass away, they never leave. I really believe they stay in our heart, and they're with us all the time. Any other situation can always be something better. And if you look back at anything bad that ever happened in your life, I'll put money on it. There was a lesson in there that you were able to take that made where you are today even better. So if that's the case, see the future in advance. You don't need to wait for the future to happen. See it now, because then you can move forward now and not wait. So happiness is there today.